What's up, gang? Hey, man, this your boy CJ. Hey, man, I'm gonna break down exactly how Fugazi, Mr. Fugazi, actually is. Or he wants to call himself No Fugazi, but I'm gonna break that down. I'm gonna react to some videos. And if you haven't done so already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Join the CLG community sooner rather than later. 7-day free trial. It's only $48 a month. Join that community. Basically, get better sooner rather than later. My only goal is to make you guys elite. And make sure you watch this one to the very end because I got a ton of gold nuggets and I got a ton of backstories and backdrops for you as well. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video.
Fellas, this is why I tell y'all got to be careful about where y'all get y'all relationship / life advice from these guys on this fucking internet, on these podcasts and shit. Because yesterday I made a video about that Fugazi Cooley dude or whatever, talking about being a top tier man. I always kind of knew dude was a little buddy. But yeah, so here's the clip and then I'll show you why.
Don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that if you add that on.
That's why he said that.
MB writes, this man is what makes the manosphere look bad. He married a slore who another man had used and disposed. You are male nanny. Don't you dare give men advice again. You're not qualified. Did he come in by a super chat as well?
Who is that?
Somebody else that said nanny. I'd never heard that term before.
Yeah.
That was fascinating. Uchenna comes
Crazy
back.
thing is the dude that sent the super chat. I could get your dream girl, bro. Like, that's the crazy thing.
We gonna have to start testing some of this out. We gonna have to start testing some of this out.
Wouldn't even be safe around. Like, bruh, if I wanted to, if I really wanted to get my bag, it wouldn't even be safe for you, dog. It wouldn't even be.
Nobody's safe. Uchenna writes, nah, my boy, you gotta hold that L. Dating a single mom, regardless of how you spin it, is a major L. I personally don't care, but don't try to elaborate your shortcomings.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I didn't really want to make this video. But hey, here we are, you know. Mr. Fugazi is actually Fugazi. Or Mr. No, I said it right, Mr. Fugazi. But he claims that he's No Fugazi by the No Fugazeee Podcast. We keep it real, whatever. So I jumped on his podcast, right, to have a debate. And I'll tell you how it went down, right? So basically, it's like 2 something in the morning. I don't know the exact time. But I'm sick. I can't go to sleep. I'm waiting for my main chick to check the downstairs store to see if she can get me some NyQuil. So she heads out to give me some NyQuil. I'm scrolling the internet. I got tea. I'm drinking some tea. Can't go to sleep. My fucking throat all fucked up. Whatever the case is. So she checking downstairs, and I see the Cooley guy saying debate me on any topic or whatever the case is, right? So then I turn on my little camera at my desk, turn on my little light, and then I click the debate thing. So me, I'm over here thinking, you know how you debate most podcast people. I'm over here thinking that, oh, you know, it's gonna be a while before I get on the camera or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? I'll probably just sit in the back room, and if I don't get on in like the next 10 minutes, I'll jump off or whatever. You know what I mean? Tell me how pretty much immediately, like very short after I click on that guy's debate thing, boom, I'm on camera. Like I'm on the scene. It caught me off so guard. I'm still drinking my tea as I'm just in this little room or whatever the case is. I don't know. I forgot the name of the little thing he used, Restream or something like that. So like I'm live and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm supposed to be debating this guy. So in the beginning of it, I'm trying to ask questions to figure out what the fuck am I gonna debate this guy about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even fucking know what to debate the guy about. I done jumped in on it. I'm sick. I'm drinking my tea, whatever the case is. So I asked the first question. I believe the first question was something along the lines of, what do you think about the Charlie Kirk thing or whatever the case is? And then he was like, oh, what parts of it? And I was just like, what do you think about his killing? Because that's just the first thing that came to my head, because I was gonna debate that because it was so many conspiracy theories out there that I didn't believe in. Because once Charlie died and I actually started watching long content, then a lot of stuff on my algorithm started popping up. But a lot of the algorithm stuff that was popping up was about the shooting and the conspiracies behind it. I didn't believe the conspiracies. I didn't believe all of these. Oh, he was shot in the back. Da da da. So I was trying to see if he believed in the conspiracies, and then that's what I was gonna go at first, right? Come to find out, I guess we was on the same page because he was like, yeah, on that part, you know, I believe the kid did it. I was like, yeah, I believe the kid did it too. So then I'm like, damn, what the fuck am I gonna debate this guy about? I was like, all right, so what do you think about his views? Right? And then he was just like, oh, his views. Oh, so that's where you want to get at. Hey, man, if you on my podcast, you gotta, what did he say? He said something along the lines like, you gotta be straightforward with me and tell me what you, motherfucker, first of all, and then I had to break it down. I said, first of all, I was straightforward. I asked you the first question. That was my first question to see if there was something to debate. Now, this is my second question. Now, that's when we got into the Charlie Kirk thing. My stance is the same stance that I started the debate with. But I just saw that he put out a 34-minute clip. Now, it was a while before I watched the clip because I didn't really want to watch it or whatever the case is because I already know what I said and I was working on so many other projects and stuff like that. Like I was uploading other projects, so I was just like, I already know what I said. So my assumption was that he took 34 minutes out of somewhere in our conversation, which I was fine with. You know what I mean? I don't care what part. I knew he was going to try to take something out of it to make himself look good, but I didn't care if as long as it was straight through. But then when I had some of the guys in the CLG community post the 34-minute clip and they was comment on it, I was like, nah, I ain't watch it yet, but I know me and him debated or whatever. We debated on some Charlie Kirk stuff, and I remember him getting riled up and stuff like that, which I didn't pay it no big mind because I knew he was acting up for the camera. Like I knew it was kind of like out of nowhere. Like we was just talking and then he just started getting loud and yelling and stuff. I said, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? So I'm laughing at the shit because it's throwing me off. I'm like, why the fuck this nigga being all weird? Like, so I'm laughing in the camera. So I'm like, oh, so that's what he tried to do for. So he want to take 34 minutes out, a part of him yelling or whatever the case is, to make it seem like he something that he not tougher than what he is. Or maybe he's just trying to get more clicks. I know how the YouTube space work. A large percentage of people on YouTube, they are not real. They are fake as fuck. Trust me. My boy got 5 million subscribers. A lot of these guys, they will do anything for YouTube money. They will do anything for ad revenue. They will do anything. The way that I set up YouTube is, all right, I already got a business that's making money. YouTube is just for me strictly to help guys get better with women. That's it. That's my only goal, is help guys get more elite. I didn't come for the money. I didn't come for none of this stuff like this. Now, if I happen to make money doing what I love, that's a bonus. But I strictly came to YouTube to help guys become more elite with women. Does that make sense? And the stuff that I hold true to my heart, the stuff that works at the highest percentage, that's the stuff that I keep behind a paywall for only $48 a month. You understand where I'm coming from? That's exactly how I came to YouTube, because I don't want to rely on YouTube ad revenue and stuff like that, because I know how crazy it can get. My boy has 5 million subscribers. He gets millions of views. Bro, you got to get so many views, so much watch time just to make any decent money. Just to make any decent. Imagine having 5 million subscribers. You built your subscriber count that high just to make, on a slow month, 20K a month. And I know some of you guys be like, damn, man, 20K a month is a lot of money. That's after 7 years of him making no money, just like chasing views. You get what I'm trying to say? You gotta understand, a lot of these guys, that's all they getting paid off, and a lot of them are, they not really making that much money. They really low key, not really, they gotta have another job or some shit. Like they not really balling like how they portray themselves to be, because YouTube is filled with a lot of fake people. That's how come all of these channels that's actually doing a little bit of journalism, not a lot. And what I mean by a little bit of journalism is they just doing some basic looking into, they finding out how fake a lot of these YouTubers are. Now, I wasn't trying to make this video about Mr. No Fugazeee, which is ironic because he's actually is Fugazeee. Because I didn't want to kick the guy while he was down. Everybody done already talked to him about the baby mama issue and stuff like that. And I actually brought that up in our debate. So when I'm watching this clip and I'm seeing him slice it to portray himself in a certain type of light, I'm like, bro, why'd he cut this part out? 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 I'm like, why is he making so many fucking cuts? I'm like, damn, this dude really is actually fake. He's a fake clout chasing wannabe. Because he tried to portray the debate to be something that it's not actually not. So what I did is I was like, all right, well, let me go to the original content, the original thing. Let me take out that section. Let me cut out the parts, because there was a point in time where he brought up other panelist guests. Let me cut out the parts where they're talking. And then I'm going to post that on my channel, which I just did, that released 2 p.m. today. So I posted that on my channel. Now that part has cuts in it. It only has the cuts of the parts of me taking out the other speakers out. So you can actually see me and Mr. Fugazee's dialogue directly towards each other. Now, if you want to watch the full actual episode, I'll give you the timestamps in the description of this video. And I'll give you the link to the full actual episode so you can actually watch the debate from start to finish. And then you can make your own assumption. You can watch the clip version that he put out, 34 minutes, that he clipped up, chopped up, played around with. And then you can actually watch the whole entire thing. And then you can kind of start to see how fake some of these guys is on the internet. I'm going to let you be the judge of that. But this is what I will say. He kept, when I'm on the debate, because I'm sick, I'm drinking tea. Like, if you see me in the beginning, I'm looking down, I'm looking at my phone because I'm texting my baby mama because my daughter started crying as soon as I jump on this call. Like, it was the weirdest thing. Like, I'm like, bro, why am I on the call so quick? Like, does he not have nobody else to debate? Why am I up so quick? I just clicked this shit just to join and I'm already I'm like live on the thing. So I'm texting my BM because she went downstairs to our downstairs convenience store that's a part of our apartment complex to get some, like, try to look for NyQuil. So I'm texting, I'm like, hey, come back right now because I hear my daughter crying. So I got like 3 things going. I say, come back to the house right now. You feel me? Because my daughter's up. So I got all this stuff going on, and then I'm trying to figure out what debate I'm on. But then I finally hear the door open to the house. My main got back, and then she started taking care of my daughter. So then I can actually focus on him. So then when I'm actually focusing on him, or whatever the case is, I'm noticing that, like, where I'm trying, and we're talking about Charlie Kirk, right? My debate was, like, I honestly believe that Charlie was using his platform, and basically what he was trying to do with his platform, in my opinion, was he was using his platform to basically divide the country by stating off things that could be seen as factual. And then I'm going to go into how I debunked them, but you guys can watch the whole interview. But if not, I'm going to break down exactly how I destroyed Cooley. And he basically had he had nothing towards the actual end of the real interview. But I basically was like, all right, Charlie Kirk is using factual information basically to push his racial ideologies on his audience. Basically, what Charlie Kirk was trying to do is he was trying to use facts, specific facts in statistics, not to help the black community, not to help the white community. He was using this stuff literally to divide the whites versus the blacks. Like, and that was just one of the things he was trying to divide. He was specifically trying to cause division and hate. And I even said it in when I was talking to Cooley. I was like, no, that's just one of the things. Because I said he was also against this, and other things too. But for this debate purpose, I'm just going to talk about the black side of it, right? I'm just going to talk about the racial aspect of it. Because his ideologies were strictly used to basically paint the same picture that he viewed onto his audience in so many words, right? But what Cooley was trying to do was he kept trying to bring it back to DEI. And I didn't catch that at first because his line of questioning was like, because I brought up the black pilot thing. So his line of questioning was always about, well, what about, why did he say that about the black pilot? Do you understand? Like, why did he say that? And I was just like, yeah. Or he was like, basically, like, what was his argument for saying that? I was like, yeah, he was trying to use the DEI angle, but at the end of the day, that does not make sense. Like literally, that's not what he was really trying to do. What he was really trying to do is paint a picture in his audience's mind about black people. He was just doing it in a clever way. And the further and further and further that we kept getting into that, I noticed he would start cutting me off more. I noticed that because he never really actually wanted to get down to the bottom of it. Now, towards the end of it, when he felt like he got his clips, because he probably in his mind knew how he was going to try to shape it for his audience, which goes to show you how fake this guy is. Once he got his clips, then when we kept talking, then he realized, and he never admitted it too. And that's how you know a disingenuous person, because some of the points that he was making that I was like, all right, on that, you got a point. I was like, yeah, that point, you right. Like, right. That's how you know I came in on a genuine tip. Even when I was hitting him with stuff, he still wasn't on no, yeah, you got a point. Yeah, you got a point. Even though all the points that I'm hitting him with were 100% accurate. And once I really started realizing that, like, all right, this dude is not getting off the DEI thing, right? The DEI affirmative action topic. At the end of the video, and you can watch the whole video. Don't take my word. Please don't take my word. If you got time, watch the video. You can watch my versions where it's just me and him, which is only like an hour and something long, or just start watching it so you can kind of see the cuts and stuff. You don't even got to get to the end. But if you do get to the end, you're going to notice that my point with everything that I said was, when I finally realized he wasn't going to get off the DEI thing, I had to fucking go at his throat. I had to say, all right, you know what, Cooley? Let's just go to DEI affirmative action, right? I said, why is Charlie Kirk talking about DEI in affirmative action? Because you're not trying to hear my point. My point is, he's only using these statistics to divide a country. That's it, right? He's not doing it for nothing else. He just wants division. But since you want to keep bringing up DEI and you want to keep going down that rabbit hole, I just said, all right, let me just hit you right square between the eyes. Because the debate, especially when you're unprepared, is something like a verbal sparring match in a way, right? It's like you got to figure out your opponent, or you got to figure out what angle they trying to work and stuff like this. And this dude debates all the time. I don't never debate. So the whole entire time, it's like somewhat like a boxing match. It's like you're just trying to figure out your opponent. You're trying to figure out, like, damn, like, what shots does he not see coming? Like, and then you trying to, like, you just figuring each other out. So towards the end, I realized, all right, he gonna die on this DEI hill. Let me hit him right in his throat. I said, okay, if DEI is so important to you and Charlie, why does Charlie keep talking about it? And then he was kind of stunned by that. I said, why is one man, Charlie Kirk, keeps talking about DEI and affirmative action when it doesn't have any effect on him? For example, I said, how come more companies, CEOs of companies who the DEI and the affirmative action actually affects, how come they aren't talking about it? How come they aren't coming out and saying, my business, ever since affirmative action and DEI, my business is losing a bunch of money? How come the business and the companies aren't making an uproar? How come we don't hear nothing from the companies? Because I said, I've worked for massive companies. I've been to places that practice that stuff. None of them are losing money. They keep making money. They keep being profitable every year. Matter of fact, a lot of them are making more money. So how come they aren't talking about the issue? Why is Charlie talking about the issue? Think about it. Why isn't the people that Charlie is saying that it affects, business owners, how come they aren't mad about the issue? And I said, I'm going to tell you why. I said, because DEI or not, once you hire somebody as a business owner, you put them through your training. You put them through your protocol. You put them through your regiment. And guess what? If they can't keep up, you fire them. If they can't do the job, you fire them. Because what does a company care more about, more so than anything else? Their profits. So how come they aren't in an uproar? The reason these companies aren't in an uproar is because it's not affecting them. And he didn't have no rebuttal for that. And then it was towards the end or whatever the case is, he tried to kick it off. But basically what I'm trying to get at is there is no DEI affirmative action issue. And then he tried to say, he's like, well, some of these companies, they get grant money, so they have to do it. I said, so why don't they just refuse the grant money? If the affirmative action in the DEI was causing a company to lose money, which is not, why don't they just defer the grant money, because they'll make them more money by hiring more qualified people? Why don't they just do that? Because guess what? You're actually going to get more training on the job, more so than anything else. And I had to break down to the pilot thing that I originally brought up. I had to also break down the fact that you still have to be qualified to be in the job pool in the first place. So they're picking from qualified people. He's like, well, some people can be more qualified than anything, but you're going to get on the job training. Who cares that they got to start picking a couple more women or a couple more black people, or whatever the case is? They're going to get on the job training. And if they do not pass the on the job training, guess what? They get fired. Nobody wants to keep somebody hired that is a liability to their company. So what I was trying to tell the guy, which is true, I said, the reason he's bringing it up and it doesn't affect him and it doesn't affect these business owners is he's trying to create division. That was it. And I clearly stated, I said, should he have died because of it? No. He was trying to paint his racial ideologies in the minds of his followers. He was successful at it because he used facts. But when you dig deep to the facts that he used, it was pointless. So when you can get rid of that part of it, you understand that his whole goal was to divide people by race. He wants the people that he's talking to feel like the blacks are their enemy. And who else? Other groups that he was talking about, like they're the enemy. Not knowing that we're all in this shit together. You understand where I'm coming from? So that's the point that I was really trying to get across to him. And he still was trying to dodge it. And I was telling him at the end, I was like, bro, you smarter than that, bro. You know the stuff that I'm saying is real. If you guys got to watch the whole thing, bro. I was telling him, I said, you smarter than that. You know everything that I'm saying is real. You know it for a fact. You just playing dumb. You feel where I'm coming from? And he was like, oh man, come back on Wednesday again, man. Debate me again, man. Cause you know what I mean? One thing. And then he was trying to call me feminine. He was trying to say that my thought process was feminine because I don't think in a straight line. He was trying to say that all kinds of shit, bro. He was saying some riled up shit. And it was crazy because I'm laughing this shit off because I'm like, goddamn, where the fuck this shit coming from? Like, I'm like, bro, we having a debate that you keep trying to take the DEI because you don't agree with DEI in affirmative action, which I don't give a fuck about either. Like, I'm not dying on the DEI hill. I'm saying that the DEI was just the cover up for what he was really trying to get across. And then if you watch the interview that I broke down, I also said, if he was so against DEI and affirmative action, why did he have to bring race into it? Like, why couldn't he just say, I hate affirmative action? I hate DEI. Why did he have to say, why did he have to bring race into it? You get what I'm trying to say? And there were several examples on that debate where he specifically brought, like, he brought up Charlie's point, and then he would specifically leave the race part out of it. It was a video we was watching, and Charlie was basically saying that that black women don't have the brain power to be able to I forgot what he said word for word, but it's like these black women don't have the brain power to compete with their white counterparts or something along those lines, right? Even Cooley left out the white part when he tried to regurgitate the same video that we watched. I said, why did you leave out the white part? And why did he assume that that's what they were talking about? Because Charlie Kirk, and this is just my honest opinion, Charlie Kirk had a bigger motive. His motive was division. His motive was literally white supremacy. You got to understand, yes, I'm one of those weird guys that actually studied white supremacy. I was watching those Aryan goddamn documentaries. You feel me? Back in the day. I know how that shit starts, bro. I know how those groups start. I watched the goddamn Combine shooting. I studied the goddamn killers. I've studied the goddamn Dylan Roofs of the world. I've studied all of these murderers, bro. I know exactly how it starts. These kids are outcasts. These kids are in their room. These kids are on the computer. These kids are jumping in these white supremacy hate groups. These kids want to take action and they want to take innocent lives. They don't want to live, but they want to take other people's lives with them. I know how this stuff goes, bro. I know how that goes. I know the stepping stones to that. I watch this stuff sometimes, bro. I know how this stuff goes. So if you really watch, and then don't take my word for it. You ain't got to take my word for it. Just watch the full. I'm going to release I got a clip released, but I cut out the parts where the other guys was talking. If you actually go to the link in the description and you watch it between the timelines, there's going to be no cuts. No cuts at all. And then you get to see how fake some people are on the internet. And if you watch the full version, he tried to explain why he was dating a baby mama. Did you know Cooley's explanation of why he was dating a baby mom, even after that clip? Because I brought that clip up too. That's what kind of got him triggered to begin with. Because I brought up the baby mom thing that he had going on. Because you know me, like I'm not going to hold no punches. And he was muting me and shit. And then like his mic was like if he's talking, his mic drowned my mic out. It was some weird stuff that was going on. But he was actually muting me. Like if you watch the damn full thing, you'll see this dude was trying to basically he fake as hell, like and just to be honest. But going back to the baby mom thing, his reasoning for the baby mom thing was, yes, I said that women single mothers should be used for recreational use only, but I wasn't talking about myself. The reason I wasn't talking about myself, these are his words. It's in the damn debate. He said, the reason that I'm not talking about myself is because I came into the relationship with kids. So it would be hypocritical of me not to marry a woman who has her own kids, or not to date a woman who has her own kids. I didn't even fucking get into that topic because I would have been like, bro, it would have dragged the debate on even way longer. Bro, we was debating for like an hour, 30 plus minutes. Damn near 2 hours on that shit, bro. I didn't even want to get deeper into that topic, but in my head, I was like, bro, that is the worst fucking rebuttal to why you dated a fucking single mom I have ever heard in my fucking life. So many guys try to lead with, I'm 6'4", I make money, I got status, I can get any woman that I want. They forget that when you're actually in front of the woman, you have to portray those masculine fucking characteristics. She don't fucking know you got money. All she see is height and a good looking guy. Motherfucker, she can, any of those niggas, she see height and good looking guys. In her mind, they believe these motherfuckers is everywhere. They don't see you and be like, if it don't work with this guy, this the only guy I'm gonna get. No, that's not how women think. And there's so many guys like Cooley that would actually benefit from CLG. He would actually be a better all-around person. He would actually be a better business owner, long-term business owner. He'd actually be better with women. He'll actually be better in every category of his life if he understood the CLG way. Like, for real. And this the crazy thing. Even after our debate, because, bro, I play on basketball courts, bro. Like, motherfucker, like, we ball, whatever case. We cuss each other out the whole game. It is what it is. After the game, we buddy. It don't mean that. That's what come if you seen at the end of the debate. I'm still like, I ain't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, if this nigga was to even jump into CLG and he was to even try to get better, because a lot of niggas got too much pride and ego and shit. If he was trying to get better, bro, I still get that nigga all my secrets. And guess what? If he had CLG from the second dude that he was talking to, he probably could pull any woman that he want. But this the crazy part. If he gets CLG, he probably won't stick with the chick that he with. Once he realized that, like, damn, like, he really knows his worth and he really know how to actually get girls off the muscle in the field. Cause guys talk tough all the time. It's a lot of 6'4" guys that I meet. You take them out to the field, they just want to sit back in the corner and not say nothing to nobody and hope girls walk up to them. And then when a girl do walk up to them, they don't know the process. They don't know how to get a girl through the process. I done seen 6'4" guys just like Cooley that I've fucked badder bitches then, that I've ran laps around. That's how come Marquette, who actually meets Cooley in person, and Marquette, in my opinion, I don't even know the Marquette, the Saint, the Sinner like that in person, but from the stuff that I've watched of Marquette is a lot more real than Cooley, because the way Cooley tried to play that situation, I don't know if Marquette would have tried to play that situation like that. I think if me and Marquette would have debated, Marquette would have said his points. He's a super articulate person, whatever the case is, but I believe Marquette would have played the whole clip in its entirety. He probably would have if it was a long 2-hour debate, he probably wouldn't have played the whole 2-hour debate, but he would have took a section out of it, but he wouldn't have cut it up and chopped it up like that. You get what I'm trying to say? I got more respect for Marquette. One of the other guys was like, well, this is what Myron does. I was like, I got more respect for Myron. I think if me and Myron was at a debate, because I don't give a fuck about losing or winning the debate, just show it uncut. Give the uncut version. You know what I mean? But I understand he has a business to run. But it's ironic that his title is No Fugazi when everything he does is Fugazi. And here's the thing. All of those games, they might work short term. But once people figure you out and they figure out that you're cap, and because you gotta understand, I ain't got no fucking dog in this motherfucking race. I don't give a fuck about Charlie Kirk. I don't give a fuck about proving a point if he fucking racist or not. I'm gonna stick to my guns and fucking, from the stuff that I've seen, I believe he is racist. From the stuff that I've seen. Right? And he's trying to push racist ideologies onto his followers. He was trying to push that onto his followers. And I broke that down in detail during that whole entire debate. Now, for some of you guys ain't never gonna watch that debate. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just saying. And some of you guys didn't watch the clip that he put out or whatever the case is. But from a guy who claims that he's not fake, there's a lot of stuff that he does that is fake. Even Marquette, when he was in person with him, he was basically like, you gonna have to show me, like, because he talking about I'll take your girl. I can get any girl I want. If you could get any girl that you want, why would you choose the bottom of the totem pole? And then he tried to come at me for not being masculine. But why would you take care of another man's children? That's probably the least masculine thing that you can do. Think about it. You are making up for the mistakes that she made in her life, and you have to come in and provide and offer protection to her and her offsprings that she had before you. She was able to get top dollar. Think about it. She came in with used, bottom of the barrel pussy, right? Single moms, like, I hate to say this, guys, bro, single moms, some of the easiest bitches to fuck. Some of the easiest bitches to fuck. I know guys that aren't good with women. There's a guy that's in the Fort Lauderdale area. I kicked it. I had dinner with him and my boys. He's dating a single mom, and he's not even that good with women. You feel me? But he like 6'2", 6'3". He got muscle. Whatever the case is, he the type of guy, he just take what he can get. You get what I'm trying to say? Bro, I'm not capping, bro. I fucked a lot of fucking single moms. For the guys that been following my channel, that little swimmer from the University of Minnesota, that big booty white girl swimmer that I was catching, she was a fucking single mom. You know the reason I cut her off? One of the nights when I was spending over the night at her house after I just got done stretching her pussy, and her favorite thing when I used to fuck that girl, she used to always say, "You hitting the top of my pussy." Like, I don't know why the fuck she would say that. That was like her way. That's her sex talk. She's like, "Oh, you hitting the top of it." I don't know what the fuck she was saying. But that's how she fucking talked about sex when I used to wreck her. The moment I stopped talking to her, I woke up at her crib, and her little fucking son was waking me up. And fucking, she was like, "Oh, he wants you to make him cereal." I never talked to that bitch again. Literally, I ghosted that chick from that day. When her son woke me up talking about something, he want you to make him cereal, never talk to that girl again. Yes, these are bad bitches. Motherfucker, even if I had kids, I wouldn't fucking settle for a single mom. I do have kids. Not kids, but I have a kid. If me and my main chick do not work out, I can get a girl without kids. Matter of fact, I got rotation chicks that know I have kids. And they're fucking hot. And I'm not 6'4". Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, on a scale out of the two of us, more people would say, girls would probably say, Cooley is more attractive. So why the fuck would I not be put in the situation that you're put in? I will make a bitch with no kids take care of my kids. Because of what? CLG. Because of what? Masculinity. The thing that he said that I don't have. But I always, what did the verse that I read to you guys a long time ago that was out of the Bible, since he want to be Christian stuff, right? What did the verse say? The verse said, judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Because a bad tree cannot produce good fruit, and a good tree cannot produce bad fruit. It is impossible. So even scripture says, judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. And I'm going to leave it at that. This guy is supposed to be the superior man. Think about that. Think about this. Like, I want to put it in a logical way for you guys to understand. Think about, you're a Bugatti. You're a brand new Bugatti, right? Because that's how he's explaining himself. I am the superior man. I am a brand new Bugatti. And I allow a homeless person with bad credit to purchase me. Where on the world does that make sense? I'm brand new. I just came from the Bugatti store. And I allow my owner is homeless, no credit, no money, didn't win the lotto, nothing. Well, in this case, she did win the lotto. Because he didn't know his value. And that's a feminine trait within of itself. A man not knowing his value is feminine. Do you know how many dudes that are out there with kids that are hooking up with women that don't have kids? And you know I'm not the type to beat a dead horse, but these are his words that he's saying. You think I give a fuck that he dating a fucking single mom? I don't give a fuck about that shit. But he's saying that I'm a top tier man. I can get any woman I want. So if you can get any woman that you want, why would you go to the bottom? That's what I'm trying to, like, make that make sense to me, please. If you can get any woman that you want, why would you go to the bottom? Why would you go to the bottom of the barrel? That's like a nigga saying, man, I can buy any car I want. And then you see this nigga pull up in a motherfucking rusted out fucking shit box with the door hanging off. Sir, you sure you can get any car you want? Because the car you got doesn't add up. Now I'm just doing this, save my money. Shirt all holy, everything. Sir, eating bad food. Sir, the money that you're saving now is going to cost you on the back end. The money that you think that you're saving now is going to cost you on the back end. Meaning that being cheap, eating really bad diet, stuff like that, you're going to have to pay for it in the hospital. You're going to have to pay for it with your bad health. You're going to have to pay for it with your life. So the money that you think that you're saving up front is going to cost you in the long run. When your car breaks down. When it need a new tire, it need a new goddamn engine part every other day. The money you think you saving up front gonna cost you in the long run. So even Marquette, if you really caught that, even Marquette was like, in so many words, like, I don't believe you. In so many words, Marquette sitting next to him, he said, I can get any woman. Marquette was like, it doesn't match. You're talking like you can get any woman, but it's not matching up because of the woman that you settled with. And I didn't want to make this video because you know I'm a firm believer in, you know, move to the beat of your own drum. But when you talk like I can get any bitch and then the nigga pull up with a fucking fat ass overweight bitch, I'm like, some ain't adding up. And I'm not saying his girl is fat and overweight, but his girl has kids from other men, plural. Not a man, other men, plural. Think about that. But he said, I'm the feminine one. Think about that, though. Really think about that. I'm the feminine one because I don't agree with the way that he views Charlie Kirk. And I don't agree with his methodology of debate. He kept trying to beat down the DEI thing. And towards the end, once I, like when you sparring a nigga, you trying to figure the nigga out. Once I realized he wasn't getting off the DEI shit, I said, all right, why the fuck is Charlie Kirk bringing up DEI then? It's not affecting his pockets. How come the companies aren't bringing up DEI in affirmative action? If the companies was losing so much money, wouldn't you think they'll be trying to get rid of it? How come Amazon, all these big ass companies ain't crying about it? How come Apple ain't crying about it? Because it doesn't matter who the fuck they hire. Whoever they hire, they're going to get on the fucking job training. And if they don't fucking compete or don't keep up, they get fucking fired. These companies ain't losing no motherfucking money. The fuck out of here. And he was like, well, they get government funding. Okay, well, guess what? If you're going to ask for a handout from the government, guess what the government's going to ask you to do? Follow their rules. That's what happens when you get handouts. I even told him, I said, think about it. You a business owner. You're going to pay somebody. But don't you think before you pay them, they're going to have to do, if you're going to pay them, they're going to have to do what you say? That's the same thing with the fucking government. If I'm going to pay you this grant money, I want you to follow these rules. That's what happens when you collect money from somebody else, another individual, whether it's an individual or institution. They're going to want you to follow their guidelines. We broke all of this stuff down in debate. He couldn't go no more. He couldn't go no more. And then he dropped the little disingenuous thing. But that just goes to show he not as real as he say he is. But this the thing. I always tell people this. What you do in the dark is going to come to light. All that lying, all that faking, all that bullshit is going to come out eventually. If you keep lying, it's going to come out. You feel me? One or two lies here and there, whatever the case is, little white lies here and there. Okay, that might not be the end of the world. But what I try to tell people is, for the most part, keep it real and just watch where the chips fall. You might not get as rich as fast as you want to, but slow and steady wins the race. Because when you do make it to the top, you have a foundation of fucking proof and solidness. You have a reputation. Motherfuckers know that they can trust you. Motherfuckers be like, hey man, I might not agree with this nigga, but at least he keep it real. I might not agree with everything he say, but at least he keep it real. At least I can trust that he gonna keep it real with me. But you come out here with that bullshit. I call them guys view chasers, bro. I know how the YouTube work. I know why he was trying to get all rowdy and stuff. I'm laughing at the nigga. I'm like, what the fuck? This nigga trying to get out, bro. Watch the thing. Watch the full thing. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't even want to make this video about him, but I believe there's some gold nuggets in here for you guys. You know what I mean? Especially for you guys that's trying to start your own business, or you guys trying to make a living for yourself, or you guys trying to put some money in your pocket. Just understand, man. Slow and steady wins the race. You feel me? Like, you see my channel, it ain't growing fast. You feel me? Like, I got a small channel, 2,000 subscribers. I was told I shouldn't even expect a dime from YouTube for the first 3 years. That's what I was told. Shouldn't even expect a dime for the first 3 years of YouTube. That's what I was told. Now, is it right? Is it true? I mean, I'm making a little bit of money from YouTube. Not nothing crazy, a little tiny bit, but I was told to not even expect a dime for 3 years. So that's just what it is, bro. I give you guys real, raw, uncut. These niggas is cap. A lot of these niggas is cap. Now, I can't speak on everybody because I don't know how they shit operate, but I know Mr. Fugazie, the guy's thing that I was on, that nigga's cap. By the way he was cutting it up and this, that's how come I'm glad I got the full clip. I'm about to, like I said, the full clip is posted. I cut out the parts where the other guys were talking, but then you can go to the link in this description and get the real full clip and just watch it between the time slots that I put. you'll see the real, and then you can watch the clip, you'll see the real. But that's probably, I mean, unless he makes some kind of rebuttal, that's probably the last thing I'm gonna speak about this dude, because obviously this dude cap as fuck. And obviously his damn responses to why he dates a single mom were horrible, bro. I date a single mom because I got kids. Yeah, bro. That, like, what the fuck? Like that justifies it? You supposed to be top tier. That means you can get any bitch you want. Like, you can make a bad bitch with no kids take care of your fucking kids. I've seen it happen over and over again. So why would you go to the bottom of the barrel? It makes no sense. And you just got done talking shit about him. I wouldn't even be mad at you if you didn't say on your podcast that they are for recreational use only. Single moms are for recreational use only. If you didn't say that, I wouldn't even be fucking mad. Like, what the fuck? Like, just stick to your guns. I get it. Shit, I be fucking with some hoes. Them hoes be making me want to fucking make them the main bitch, and I gotta snap out of that shit. You feel me? I get it, bro. I get it. That pussy get to talking, I get it. Motherfucker, I could have been your motherfucking adversary. That's why you gotta be careful when people be making all this content. You gotta be careful who you talking to, because you never know what this person can grow into. If y'all motherfuckers can end up being cool, doing business together, whatever the case is. You never know how shit play off. A lot of people talk like they Christian, but the main thing that's in the Bible is love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor. You get what I'm trying to say? And people be like, well, CJ, you talk shit about women all the time. I love them bitches, nigga. The fuck? Why you think I put in all these years trying to figure these hoes out? And you gotta understand, the stuff I'm telling you is actually helping you. Difference between me and Charlie Kirk, because I want to get this part clear. When I'm talking about bitches, I am literally having guys jump into the psyche of a woman so that they understand women, so that they can actually become better with women and have their choice of which women that they want to take serious, right? Charlie Kirk, there was no end game. The companies aren't even complaining. Even the DEI situation, the companies weren't complaining. He's complaining. He was mad. This is what his high school friend said. He didn't get into West Point. So instead of him taking it on the chin and applying for other colleges, he blamed it. He said a black person, an imaginary black person that he didn't know, took his spot because of affirmative action. He just made it up. Maybe he just wasn't qualified to get into West Point. He made up the scenario, and he was mad ever since then. He made it up. He blamed an imaginary black person. That's what Charlie Kirk did. His high school classmates said that he didn't get into West Point, and he just started. Ever since then, he said, I couldn't get into West Point because they gave that my scholarship, or they gave my acceptance to a black person, or whatever they give you when you, because I got a scholarship when I went to college, so I got full ride. They paid all my shit. I went to a D3 school, but they gave me some leadership shit, whatever the fuck they called it. They paid for all my shit for football. So acceptance, I guess he felt like he lost his acceptance to West Point to a black man that probably didn't even exist. They probably weren't even doing affirmative action. Nigga, you just didn't make the cut. So that's why he brings up the DEI and the goddamn affirmative action and stuff. It ain't got shit to do with the bottom line of some goddamn companies. If companies want grant money, they should follow grant rules. If you want a handout, you gonna follow the rules of the motherfucker that's gonna give you a handout. That's common sense. That's common. I swear to God, bro, some of these, that's why that nigga's in the situation he is in. Feminine ass little boy. You feel me? Feminine ass little boy stuck in a big old grown ass body. I'm trying to tell you guys, just cause a nigga big and look strong and all that shit, they not like that, bro. They not. See how emotional that nigga was getting on the debate? What you getting emotional for, bro? We talking about Charlie Kirk. Why you riding his dick so hard? I bet you if he was still alive, that nigga be on his knees, topping that nigga up, bro. Oh my God, Charlie, everything you say is just, oh my God, just put it on my face. Come on, bro. That's some gay shit. That's some gay shit. Like, for real. I remember, this ended on this note. Thinking about that bullshit. I was watching this show. I think it's called, Kumar and Omar, I forgot what the fuck, these little Indian motherfuckers smoking weed, I guess. Them niggas was in jail and all the guards was trying to get head from them niggas. And the motherfuckers was like, God damn, all the guards here are gay? He's like, the guard's like, bitch, I ain't gay. I'm the one getting head. You the gay one, faggot. Matter of fact, I can't stand you motherfucking faggots. Now that I think about it. Like, come on, bro. So, that's just what it is. And, yeah, man, we gonna end it there, man. But with that being said, man, make sure you guys, for the guys that are actually no fugazi, for the guys that's not fake, join the CLG community. It's only $48 a month. You get a 7-day free trial. Link is in the description, in the comment section. You get access to everything. The hard 30. You get a one-on-one with me. Just DM me when you get aside, bro. The list goes on and on and on. I'm gonna keep adding to it. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.